Audi. So I have a Cummins ECU here. This one was sent in, and they suspect that something is wrong with the injectors on it. They said that all they see is 1 and 5 coming on, which I think that's normal if the ECU, if these particular ECUs see something wrong, they won't get past 1 and 5. I think that's like the two injectors that start everything. Uh, so I don't know. We're gonna just run a quick test on there, and I have everything wired up here. I do not have the high side feeding the injector. That instead I have the two high sides to light up these two lamps, and then I have 1 through 6 right here for the low side driver. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then the next row is 4, 5, 6. And you know, on my tester, I could have the high sides and the low sides driving each other, but I wanted to separate it just so I could see, if what's missing and what's not missing. Uh, but that is pretty much all I have hooked up on there besides power and, grounds and whatever. But and then I still have my Uno doing the signals. I just haven't programmed the chip that I put on the board here. I put it on there. You see on the bottom there. I haven't programmed it yet. Haven't felt like burning the bootloader. Um, but anyway, let's go ahead and turn on the battery, and I'm going to turn on the ignition. And I do see just like what the customer said. Now this is kind of dim, so I'm going to cut my light off here so you guys can see better. Okay, and you'll see that one here is on. Well, my finger was covering it. Okay, we see 1, and that is 5, and then that is the high side bank 2 driver. So we do not have anything else. We don't have high side bank 1. Now, the code that I'm running on the Arduino is usually a crank and cam synchronization that works for these units, and usually it makes all of the lamps come on in order. Um, so I don't know if it's just this program's not working for this particular ECU or if there is something wrong with the ECU, because that is my customer's complaint. And I don't understand why the high side bank 1 is not coming on, because I don't think 1 and 5 are in the same bank. Um, I could be wrong on that though. I can't remember for sure off the top of my head right now. But I unscrewed the back of this and I see it's already open. I haven't opened it up anymore. Uh, so I don't know if the people that remanufactured it didn't seal it, which is very common sadly, or if the customer, had already opened it. I'm not too sure. But let's go ahead and bend it and hope it don't break. I'm going to bend it slowly, just enough to where we can get in there. I'm going to do a little bit more. In case I need to take this off. Now I'm not going to take this other side off right yet. I'm going to try to flip this around without unhooking anything, which should be okay. My wires are pretty long here. That was the data that just come unhooked, so that's okay, because I'm not connected to it right now. Uh-oh. Plug that into the low side switch. All right, so let me get some more light in here. And I guess the first thing I want to do is cut all the power off. And maybe we can check these drivers right here. So we know that 1 and 5 was working. I mainly want to check the high side. So right now I'm checking bank 2. Let me see if I can turn this up. Maybe you guys can see a little better. All right, so this one should be for bank 2. And I think that's right, because this is basically just a diode, this one. Okay, so that one also looks okay. Kind of hard to get in there. That one's okay too. All right, so let me just take this off because I need to get to this driver here. And if this backside is already open, it may be that the whole thing is just not sealed. Sometimes, I don't like to open it all the way up if I don't have to. Okay. No, I don't think this side is open. So it's possible that the customer opened it, or the refurbishing place. Maybe they only opened the one side just to inspect it, which I don't think that they would do. So it's probably customer. Let me unhook those two. I want to try to get in here without doing too much to my wiring. I don't want to hook it all back up again. I think we got it. Okay, there we go. This will make it a lot easier. And just visually looking around, I don't see any issues with the injectors. Let me get my cam and crank back. Alright, I need to get me a harness built for this. Make my life a lot easier, as many of these as I work on. Alright, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and check all the drivers. Because if the driver itself is bad, then it might cause it not to come on, and just get stuck on 1 and 5. Seems okay. Usually they're shorted, you can tell, just from a diode mode test. Okay, we definitely have, oh wait, no, something, how did I get a short there? That's weird. Did I accidentally touch? I don't know where I had a short there for a second. Guess it was just some power left in there. Maybe I turned it on, or I don't know. Yeah, look, see there it is. It's on again. I don't remember being able to turn these on, so maybe this one is the one that's bad. And you definitely shouldn't have those two shorting because that's the source in the gate. Or I don't know if this is a MOSFET or a transistor, But this definitely not something that should be shorted. It should be the middle tab and this pin that shorts when it opens. Oh wait, this one's shorting too. Maybe that's because of my tester still being hooked up and it's going through the lamps, I guess. I don't know. Usually when I test them without any wires hooked up. So maybe that's just something happening that I'm not used to because of the wires hooked up going through the lamps. Well, let's see. Let's turn it back on. Let's see. Let's just power it normal for now. Let's give it the crank and we'll give it the cam. Okay. And let me get my oscilloscope open here. I see 1.5 on again with the bank 2. Don't see anything else. So more of the injection circuit. So these are the low side drivers. And we have some diodes for the high side. Then we actually have the high side drivers. Um, I think these are like amplifiers basically for the signal. I can't remember for sure if they're actually amplifiers or some other weird chip, but I think basically it's like an amplifier. And I believe this is the control chip that controls, the timing and all that. Uh, it's a lot of times it's hard to find injector issues on these just because of the way they're designed. It's kind of funky. So hopefully we can find it here. All right, so we got our oscilloscope open. Let me pull it down here. And I don't feel like constantly having to connect the ground. So I'm going to connect the ground over here on my power supply and my oscilloscope. So I don't need to ground my probe. It might be a little bit more noisy, but for this, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is, I guess, bank 2. Okay. And if we check this one, so we are getting something here. So we're getting some kind of load here coming off of this one, but the light's not lighting. Maybe my cable is wrong.
A little while later.
All right, guys, so I've got this Cummins ECU hooked up here. Um, Pretty much the same way I originally had it hooked up. I redid everything because I had a bad wire in there, but I still have the high side control going to these two lamps, and I've changed the 1 through 6 injectors to the top. So it starts 1 here, comes all the way over to 6 here. And I had to tweak my Arduino code quite a bit because I was having some issues getting the cam to sync up. But I think I think I have it now. At least I have it all firing on the bench. So I don't think the customer's concerns are in the ECU. I think what's happening is with the 1 and 5 injector that they're seeing, it's probably something to do with the crank and the cam sensors not syncing up properly. Because when these don't sync up properly, that's exactly what happens. You only see 1 and 5 because that's the firing order that I believe that's the firing order that they go. I believe they go 1 5 3 6 2 4. So what happens is when the ECU starts up and it's looking for the crank and cam sensors, it will throw injectors 1 and 5 to get it started. And if things aren't what it's supposed to be, it doesn't go to the next cylinder. It doesn't keep firing at 3. It just keeps firing 1 and 5. So I suspect that likely is what's going on. I think I am done with this one. I'm going to go ahead and get it sealed back up, and then let my customer know what I found. But maybe I'll have something a little bit more interesting on the bench later. I have quite a bit of stuff to do. I'm a little bit behind, but I think some of it will be some fun stuff. Anyway, there you go. There's the CM84. I believe it's the 848. It's a 2004. We see all the injectors firing. Um, soon, soon I will have all my signals coming out of the bench buddy here, and I will have connectors, but not today. I haven't had the time to build any of that stuff today. It takes quite a while. So anyway, until the next time.